happen if you have too many bodies. So trust me, like if you ever want to know why everything's being pushed out, it is, oh, they want it for a reason. They're making stupid money off of us doing this shit.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do men mean when they say they want a traditional woman? Because when I say I'm not completely traditional, it's because my mom is Superwoman. My mom, literally, she cooked, she cleaned. I was too young to understand at the time, but she fucked, she did all
But
of that.
she was a
stuff.
single mom, right? She wasn't.
My stepfather was in the house. She cooked, she cleaned, she did all of that. When he woke up in the morning, his clothes were already ironed, his lunch was already in the room. She hopped up and she went to work. She came home, she made dinner, so she made money. She took care of the kids, she took care of her husband.
She was a Superwoman.
She did everything. So what do you mean when you say traditional? Because I'm a traditional woman. I cook. When I say I cook, I clean, I do all of that.
It's mostly that. Yeah.
Money.
It's definitely mostly that. It's definitely mostly cooking, just making a home, like like a big cliche thing that's always said, like you give a woman groceries, she'll give you a meal. You give a woman a house, she'll make it a home. I really believe like those type of cliche things. Like, and yeah, like that is definitely very traditional of you. And here's the thing, you can have both. Like like there's a woman that I really look up to, and she's very good at both. She's a multi-millionaire. She was on Forbes list, and she is feminine as fuck. Like she always talks about how the way that she keeps her millionaire husband isn't because she's a millionaire too on her own. It's because she wakes up when he gets home at 6, 7 a.m. She's up making breakfast for him. She's getting the kids ready. She's making his shake. There's certain things that and it's harder than ever to do that and be that type of women. So props to you, because it is definitely harder than ever, I think, for women to be that. They're usually too much polar. They're too much one way or too much of another way. So yeah, props to you for sure.
Hey, real quick, we gotta.
Oh, a $50 from Zentience, bro. Gotta shout you out right now. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate you. Thanks for coming back. The wall is both mental and physical. Women have the timer due to their youth, beauty, and compliance, which is the highest when they are closer to 20 than 30. When women realize they can't attract men like they used to, that's FOMO, not genuine regret. And this guy Zentience is actually a doctor. He's a very smart guy. Thank you, bro, for that comment, man. I really appreciate you. Yeah, go ahead.
Everyone knows what FOMO means, right?
Yeah, fear of missing out.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's we like to talk about the wall a lot because that's the scariest thing that can happen. Like at the end of the show, I like to tell girls like a number based off of what their what they would be in a relationship to me, and that number can change sometimes based off of their age. Because if you're looking for a guy who's a 6-figure earner, who's tall, who is a very masculine or something like that, they're gonna want a very feminine woman usually that is young, that's gonna more likely have better kids. This is how we're hardwired. We're hardwired to want a young, chaste woman. That's just what we want. Just like how y'all want a provider, we're hardwired to want younger, beautiful women. That's why I asked y'all, do y'all always want an older man? What do y'all think about men that want younger women? Does that bother you? No?
I don't think it bothers me. I don't know if y'all heard me before, but she said she's 29. Like, she could pass for, like, damn near 21.
Yeah, black don't crack.
Black don't crack. So it's just kind of like, age is nothing but a number. Like, it's just something that you say. Like, it's something that you mention.
No. Do you think it's wrong if if a guy's dating younger women?
I honestly feel like whatever someone's preference is someone's preference. I like older men. My mom likes younger men. I feel like if a man wants to date a younger woman, he has every right to do that. However,
there is a certain line that's predatory.
I don't know if I feel like there's a certain line that I feel like if you're an older man and you want to date a younger woman, she needs to be 21 and above.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel
I
feel like an older man wanting to date an 18 or a 19-year-old woman, that's crazy. Because like I even look back on my past. When I turned 18, the first dude I dated when I turned 18 was 32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, that was perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now as a grown woman, sir, you couldn't even take me out for a drink. What did you need from me?
Yeah, well, you just didn't have the judgment at the time to even tell if he was a high-value guy or not. But if that guy was actually a good, valuable man, it might have been okay. But yeah, I don't know. What about you? Do you think it matters?
I want to pick up on what you were saying. I do think it matters at some extent. Like once you're, of legal age, you can, actually have that discernment between if he's a good guy or not. But like me personally, my experience, I was 17 and I had my oldest child, and his father is about maybe 10 years older than me.
Yeah. So at that point, it was definitely like, you're fucked up for that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like at the time I did think it was cool. You know, I didn't. I found out like later on, but like looking back, like some of the things that he says to me and stuff, like he's like, you know, be grateful to me because I'm the reason you're the woman you are today.
Yeah.
And I don't like that he like. I feel like he's still doing that to this day and taking advantage of those women's youth.
It's just so goofy to me because just like, dude, you must be a huge dork if you can't get girls that are just a little bit older. Like, why couldn't he get the 21 or 22-year-old girl? Are you too much of a loser to get those girls? Like,
And
I don't know.
see, I didn't look at it like that when I was younger, but like now that I'm older, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, something's off there. What about you? Do you think it matters if a guy dates younger women?
I definitely think it matters. I think there's a line, when it comes to age and everything, because
Talk a little closer if you could.
if you're above age, like way above age, and you're, trying to pursue like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, even like 20-year-old, like, and you're like in your 40s, I feel like, what are your intentions with that? Are you trying to just groom or manipulate? Like, what's wrong with your
It really
dating pool that
depends on
you're
the guy. Like, I have a
Yeah.
friend who's an eye surgeon, and he's Islamic, and like he has a young girl. I think she's like 20. And like he's like in his older 30s, I think. But I mean, he's an eye surgeon, but he's a very good guy. Like they just went on a crazy vacation for like 4 fucking weeks. Like
Right.
he's really trying to wife her and have kids with her.
There's
So it's
nothing
just
wrong with
like
wanting
it just
younger,
depends. Yeah.
like the youth.
Unless they're taking advantage, kind of like what she was in.
Exactly
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What about you? Do you think it matters if a guy dates a younger woman?
It's all about his intentions.
His intentions.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I was exactly about to say the same thing. I feel like, it just goes based off of the guy's intentions. Of course, 21 and up is more ideal. Now, if you're in your 30s, 40s looking at 17, 18-year-old, okay, like what are your true intentions? Like you said, it could be all good intentions. I see good out of this girl, I want to, teach her some things or whatever the case may be, but at a certain time, there's a line, there's a boundary that you also have to be mindful of as well.
Mhm. And I would also argue, well, just to start off, how old do y'all think my girlfriend is over there? Y'all kind of saw her when y'all came in.
You're 32.
I'm 32. Yeah.
You're 32?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Okay, I think
20s?
she like at least like 23, 24.
20,
I feel like
early
she's my age, or maybe like
early
26.
20s.
She's
24.
23. Y'all are very close. Yeah, but yeah, so a lot of people would think that like my relationship is bad because of that, but
No,
it's
no,
not.
she's
It's
not
not
at
that
all.
bad.
21.
Well, this
She's
is-
above 21.
Well, this is a good table then. I'm not getting ridiculed for that tonight, guys. What's the next super chat? My bad, bro. $2 from Zoro. Thank you so much, bro, for always coming back. The man you want has options. Why should he pick you? This is something that we like to talk about on the show a lot. A lot of women sometimes that are single, they're stuck single because they're dickmatized by the Chad, by the Tyrone, by the guy, by the guy with the good dick game. So like something that we like to talk about a lot on the show sometimes is are if you are chasing one of those guys, what
Stop if you're
like
chasing anybody.
yeah
Facts.
well that is true, but what would y'all like if a man has options? Why should he pick you?
I would say it
Like what makes y'all different? Like I want to know what makes y'all different from all the other girls that he might be fucking at the
I
time.
think it all boils down to what you can bring to the table. Like if a man is providing for you, okay, what can you do for me? As a man,
Complimentary, kind of like what you're
it gotta go hand in hand. Like if I'm like a man, if he's doing all the providing, doing all this, dishing out so much, it's just like at a certain point he's gonna be looking at you, okay, what can you do for me? So I feel like it boils down to, okay, what can my woman do for me? What can she do to make me happy just as much as I'm doing to make her happy?
Mm-hmm. And like I also just want to ask just really quick, would any of y'all ever accept a guy who is so attractive or he makes such a good income, he has lots of options, like he's going to sometimes cheat every once in a while because he has his option? Or any of y'all the type of women that would accept something like that?
Except cheating?
Yeah, from a guy that like and here's the thing, if y'all are single and already fucking a guy, he's already technically probably cheating on y'all right now. So I'm just saying to the single girls, y'all in relationships, I'm not saying y'all are getting cheated on at all.
Honesty matters. I feel like if you both are open in the beginning, okay, if a woman is doing her own thing, if she's still, fucking and sucking on the side, she can't really be too mad if the guy has different options. But I feel like it has to both parties have to be honest in the beginning. Like if that's what you want to do, cool. But
That guy's
don't
a
be
cuck if he
trying
allows
to
that though. What a fucking loser.
don't be trying to limit me and tell me, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that when you behind the scenes doing whatever you want. So I feel like if that honesty is there from the jump, then it can really go.
Oh man,
however.
that poly relationships never fucking work. If anything works, it's only polygyny, and that's it.
I mean, that's if you're not in a relationship with the guy. But
Yeah.
if y'all like having those discussions in terms of like leading to a relationship, then yeah, there's going to be some boundaries.
Mhm.
Like, you ain't finna be out doing whatever. You ain't finna have these options no more because this is what we're working towards.
Yeah.
But if that's not what we on, then shit, it's free game on both sides.
You just gotta understand though, like usually it's guys, like it's called spinning plates, where like a guy will have like multiple girls that they're fucking, like one girl Monday, one girl Tuesday, one girl Wednesday. Like the guys that really get it, because here's the thing: there's a ton of guys that don't get sex, and there's very few guys that get a lot of fucking sex. Like a lot of women are Eskimo sisters, and y'all would never even know it. And it's just because a lot of women, like if we look at Tinder statistics, women swipe on like top 4.5% of men all get swiped on by the same women. So if we look at statistics, most women are all kind of going up to the top to these same guys, and those guys you can't really tell to like cut their options off